Hello, everybody. Welcome once again to Health Coach Tip Tuesday. I am very excited to have Reed here with me once again, and we are going to be talking about the beingness of a health coach today. If you are ready, I want you to drop the word coach below the video, and we are going to send you an invite to our upcoming webinar. And this is going to cover all sorts of amazing topics like a better way to assess health problems, how to identify healing opportunities, and a step-by-step process that you can take with your health and your coaching business so that you can get to the next level. Welcome to the Health Coach Tip Tuesday show, where every week we share tips, tools, and resources for health coaches and professionals so that you can confidently solve your clients' health issues and grow your career as a health coach or professional. I am your co-host, Piper Gibson, FDN Director of Course Enrollment, and here he is, the man of the hour, founder of Functional Diagnostic Nutrition, Reed Davis. How are you, Reed?
Fantastic. Thank you, Piper. It's good to see you here today. As always, I've been off for a couple of weeks. You've had some other guests on here. I'm very jealous, but I'm back.
I'm always glad to have you back. Always some fantastic lessons, and we always learn some great things. So I'm super excited to have you back, and I think this is a great topic today. So we are going to be talking about the beingness of a health coach. And so I really want to dig in and talk to you about what is the beingness of a health coach? What does that mean?
Yeah, well, it just distinguishes the doingness, like doing what health coaches do. You could train a lot of people, just like any job. I could train you how to do it. But your viewpoint is much more important about the job. So if I was to say, well, I'll train you to be a health coach, and you say, well, can I make good money at that? And I go, yeah, you can. You go, okay, then I'll do it. And then you learn how to do health coaching, but your point of view is just that you want to make money at it. It's just another thing to do to make a living or something like that. So being in something and doing something are two different things. And so the beingness of it would be the point of view you have. Like what would, like take a different person says, they want to, can I make money at that? And can I make people happy? And can I make myself happy? Can I make other people healthier and happier? Can I make the world a better place? You get what I'm saying there? So the doingness of a health coaching is actually pretty simple. I could teach you to run the labs. I could teach you to figure out the protocols, for each individual person. And even teach you how to give them some coaching tips. But that's just how you do health coaching. The way to be a health coach is to have a really good point of view about doing some good in the world and helping your community out and your public. And, the more people you reach, the better. And so the same thing, the same viewpoint, you would have that towards the business itself, like your viewpoint or your point of view or the beingness of being a health coach is, I'm in the health coaching business. So I love my business. I want my business to be successful. I'm going to do everything I can to make my business or practice successful. And so you're being, a good health coach. You'd have a really good attitude towards the business side of it. Because a lot of health coaches, they might even have the doingness. They know how to do the things that health coaches does, and they might even want to really help people in the world. But you got to have that same point of view about the business. Obviously, your attitude towards the public would be really, really beneficent. Like you want to do that. If you have staff, your beingness would come across to them too. Like people don't seem to have to think too long about what motivates me and why I'm doing this. So that those attributes and other attributes would kind of emanate to the public, to your customers, to your clients, to your staff, and everything like that. They would feel good around you. Wow, Reed's really on purpose, isn't he? And people would be around you and know that you're on purpose. You don't just do the work of a health coach, but you are a health coach, truly. And so that could take some time to develop. But what do we ask every person? What are the two of the prerequisites we have for becoming a FDN health coach? we say, number one, you have to want to help people.
Mhm.
And number two, you have to want to walk the talk. Well, why do I have to want to help people? Why can't I just learn how to be a health coach? Why can't you just show me what to do? Well, because it doesn't work well that way. You aren't going to emanate, the desire and your purpose and things in a way that people can understand. So it goes all the way down the line, about your intentions and things like that. You can't just be in it for the money or something to do.
Absolutely. I agree. It's about really embracing not just the business side, but the whole aspect of being a health coach. So those of you that are watching, we would love to know, are you currently a health coach, or are you an aspiring health coach? You want to be a health coach? Drop that below the video and let us know. Reed and I would love to know, if you are currently working in the health space, or if you already are a health coach. Reed, we talked a little bit yesterday about what we were going to discuss today. And one of the things you mentioned was something called be, do, have. So how does that fit into that beingness of a health coach?
Yeah. Well, it's pretty simple. I'll keep it simple because we're short on time here. People want to have things. They want to have nice things. Hopefully, you want to have a home and maybe a family and things like that. So in order to be successful, if you want to get those things or have those things, you probably have to do something. And in order to do something, as we just discussed, you probably have to learn to be something, that person, or, so be, do, have. I don't remember where I learned that from. Matter of fact, I've heard it, I've taken a lot of self-improvement from different people, and it just everyone seems to know that. But be, do, have. Now, here's another thing about having this. If you want to have something, you gotta sort of, get that it's okay to have it. If you want good health, some people don't even have the concept that they're entitled to it, that it's a God-given predisposition, that you're entitled to health and freedom and all these things. They're not given to us by some organization or government or anything like that. So this idea of having is pretty deep too. Like, can you have you give some people $1 million and they don't have any idea of having $1 million. Oh my God, I can't. And they would just blow it. They go through it because they don't understand what it's like to have, so just having this is important, and doing this is really important. That's kind of the easy one for me. I can figure out how to do something. Yeah. I can go and put a new security system in my house, or I can do everything except figure out the internet and the satellites. No, I don't have a doingness on that. I don't have the beingness or doing this or having this of good working internet. There's something wrong with me. But I have, whatever I do have the be, do, have on, I usually get it. I have it. Like I'm gonna have this. I'm going to do whatever it takes, and I really believe in it, and I'm going to be that person that gets to do those things and have those things, and then it appears magically, over time. Some things take longer than others, but if you don't have the being and doing and having, you won't get there.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm not sure if that's making sense.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
I've had years of sort of training in it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it makes a lot of sense, and I think it makes all the difference in the world, not just for yourself, but for your clients when you are really embracing that beingness, that being that health coach. Let's talk a little bit about what skills FDN teaches that will help people to really become a health coach.
Well, I noticed years and years ago that you have to have one thing, and that's an irresistible or very determined point of view that you're going to figure out what's really wrong with people. Like you got to really want to. That's the sort of part of that beingness. Like then the doingness is running the labs. And then you'll have the test results and insights into what that person needs to do to get better, to improve their health. So you have to be a health coach in that you're going to figure it out, and when no one else could. And they might have been to 10 practitioners already, but you're going to ignore that. And you're going to be the one person that figures out, and helps that person determine the healing opportunities. Well, then what do you need for that? You have to have your fingers on, you have to have the labs at your fingertips. You have to be able to order those and things. And then that's the sort of doing of the thing. And then, the rest just falls in place, I think. So we have a lot of other skills, the coaching skills, the positive psychology, just like the psychology behind onboarding. We've been through that. Look up a past Facebook. We do the psychology of the positive psychology of onboarding the right people and carrying that psychology through all the way to the end, to your last appointment with that person. You can maintain that. So those are big skills. But I think the anatomy, the physiology, the biochemistry are part of the skills and ability and tools you need. And then the protocols, knowing how to figure out what's the right diet for a person. There's no one diet right for everyone, but knowing how to figure it out, you got to know how to do that. And it's not that hard. The principles are pretty simple. And then the same thing with the rest and exercise and stress reduction and supplementation, knowing what supplements might contribute to, coaching up function in that person, or coaching down contributors to metabolic chaos. We don't say we treat anything specifically. We coach up function and coach down the contributors to metabolic chaos. So these are all skills off the top of my head. I'm just rambling, but a lot of things come to mind.
Yeah. If you guys are just joining us, I see a few people have hopped on. Make sure to drop the word coach below the video, and we're going to send you a link to our upcoming webinar, and you are not going to want to miss that because you're going to learn some really valuable information. Reed, I really feel like one of the things in the course that really helps, at least for me, but really helps people to become a health coach is the fact that we get to do the testing on ourselves, because it really helps you to see how that FDN process is going to be life-changing for somebody else once you have gone through it.
How's the course going to change someone?
No, doing the testing during the course, do you feel like it really helped somebody to become a health coach? I know it really helped me to become a health coach.
Yeah, and it helps everybody in a way similar to how you got helped. You also ran the labs on your family, which is, I think, why you signed up for the course.
Yeah.
Really to help your son, and you found out, oh, I'll do this on me too. And oh my God. Then guess what? When you start to adopt the principles of healing, then you're walking the talk, and then people are saying, hey, you look different. Like, you seem more cheerful. You seem to have lost a few pounds. You seem to have more energy. You seem to be more focused. You seem, to be, again, kind of on purpose, and they want to know why. So that's your immediate sphere of influence, and they're great people to practice on. You might not make a lot of money off those people, but you start to get the idea that, wow, I really can be a leader. I really can set the example for others. And I think that's the number one key for me, has always been to try to walk the talk. You got to talk it really well, and then you got to try to live up to it, which is harder part. But if you maintain that sort of beingness, that positive, what you really want to have, and do the things that it takes to get them, and be the person that is actually able to do those things, it works out.
So when you are part of a community, when you're hanging out with those who are successful, how does that fit into that overall picture of being a health coach?
Well, that's why we have conferences and webinars and Zoom meetings and and doing this Facebook Live, so we can hang out with each other, provide some leadership. But you want to hang around with people where the average intelligence, is a little higher than where you at. Like I usually say, I bring the average intelligence down a bit when I walk into a room. Why? Because I hang out with people smarter than me. If I'm the smartest person in the room, then what am I going to learn? Like I just, and I don't mind teaching and mentoring and trying to provide some of my experience. I love doing that. I get a lot of satisfaction from that in different ways. But I like to hang out with people that know more than me. So like I have a physician come over to my house every week. We just spend an hour or two together drinking tea and shooting the breeze. But we talk about other things and we run labs on ourselves where I was experimenting. So he thinks I'm, probably one of the top health coaches out there. And he's definitely one of the top physicians out there. And so we just hang out and I always feel like I'm learning something. So that's, I think, a good thing. Now, if 10 people are in the room, some are going to be listening more than they're speaking, but you just have to be open and receptive that everyone's got something to teach. If people are honest and they put their egos out of the way, everyone's got something to teach you.
Well, I think that's true. And I mean, just as we were talking about community, that we are here doing this Facebook Live to really provide some leadership. But even every single time I get on here with you or I get on with Jen, I always learn something new. And we were on a webinar earlier this morning and I, learned some great information. So, I think that's part of what really helps you to continue to be a health coach is that you're always learning something new.
Every day there ought to be a song about it, like every day. You pick something up. I try to listen in the mornings. Almost every morning I'll listen to some YouTube channel stuff that I just really like. I always pick up a little something, even if it's just reminding me of something I already knew. The motivation behind it is good. You start off positive, start off learning, pick up some new stuff. And I write stuff down. I'll just show you. These are my different notepads. So these are my notepads that keep my desk, and they're different topics. I think notes about this and that and everything. Yeah, so you got it there. So I'm writing stuff down, and I try to read. I got so many unread books. I have the Audibles, but I've also read 1,000 books. Most people don't read a book after high school. Did you know that?
Really?
More than 50% of the public after high school, they don't pick up a book. I find that to be amazing because the only reason I have the acumen and vocabulary and things like that is from reading, sometimes from listening, but mostly from reading. So pick up something every day. And again, hanging out with people smarter than you, probably a good idea.
Yeah.
And when I say smarter, I don't mean they're so much more intelligent. They got experience and wisdom and expertise and knowledge and training in something you don't, and anything that's going to help you help your clients. Any little insight could be invaluable, could save someone's life, could at least change their life around and turn them around. And that's, I think, why I started teaching. I just wanted to share and see if it helped anyone and let the chips fall where they may. Have faith, and then first you take a leap of faith, then it becomes your faith, like that you can really help people by applying general principles of health. You don't have to be a physician. You don't have to diagnose and treat specific, things like a physician does. You just really apply these general principles of health building that we've discovered over all these years, and people just get better. That's what health coaches can do.
Mm-hmm. So before we get off, our time is almost up for today. I want you to talk about how it's not just a job, it's an adventure.
Oh, wow. Well, you never know what's going to be around the corner. It isn't just a job. I think that expression comes from an Army commercial I used to watch, and I was never in the Army, but it's not just a job. It is an adventure, because you're going to meet people and go places and do things. And you just don't know where it's going to lead you. Some of our graduates have gone on to be great practitioners. Now they have, they're doing literally in the 7 figures, like over $1 million worth of business a year. And they've developed organizations. Others have gone to create their own courses. Now they're teaching. They just find something that they really love teaching about. A lot of times it's their own health challenge that they overcame while taking our course, and they go, I want to teach others how I did that. Okay, that's great. You have my blessing. Like, not that I can stop you anyway. If that's the being that you are, and that's what you want to do, you go for that. Others have gone on to got jobs, like with really good paying jobs with supplement companies or lab companies. I'm amazed that I find out from one of my graduates who has appreciated some mentorship. They check in. I love when they check in. Hey, Reed, I haven't talked to you in a while. I just want you to know I just got this really amazing job, and I kind of owe it to you, or something like that. I'm hearing that all the time. Even today, we have a guest coming up. I think tomorrow's strictly business session. She wrote me a personal, heartfelt thank you for just having held the space that I held in her life, and I hold it. That's the beingness. I hold that spot. I'm a mentor, and that means that you listen and you give people your best shot at it, without any criticism or judgment. And you hold that open space, and they can grow. People grow when you do that. I'm always seeking that space from others, for myself, by the way. Let me grow, and so I think that's part of it. That's what I mean by it's an adventure. Here we have someone who just became an absolute expert just in the business side of things, finding ways to get health coaches to overcome their challenges with money or sales, or whatever it might be.
Yeah, I think so too. And, that's one of the things that I love about it, is that it's not just a job, it's an adventure. And it's really about embracing all of the aspects of being that health coach, and how I incorporate it into my own life and my family's lives. And that carries out into my clients, and on and on and on. So thank you so much.
Every week's an adventure. Every day holds something new. Like this, this is a fantastic thing. I didn't know a year ago I'd be doing Facebook Lives every week with you, Piper. It's an adventure, and it's really an exciting one. And, if you get up every day with that beingness, that I'm a person who helps others. I'm a person who knows who I serve, and I know what problems I can solve for people. And that's where I always start with, what problem do I solve and who do I serve? And when you just stay focused on that. And guess what? People like you, Piper, who are extraordinary trainee and graduate and practitioner, and now look at you. You're helping the tribe grow, the community, helping the community expand, because it's an expanding thing. The universe is expanding, right? We might as well expand with it.
Yeah.
Not go against it.
Yeah, just go with the flow. Just go.
Yeah, I'm going with the flow, and it's expanding. So heck, we have to do it. We just try to manage it and manage our money really well and things like that. And that's a simple skill too. If you want to have stuff, better do the things that manage your money so that you can have those things.
That is very, very true. Thank you, Reed, for joining me this week. I'm going to have you back on next week with a new fantastic topic. But thank you once again for joining me, sharing your thoughts and wisdom with our community out here. If you guys are watching the replay, drop the word coach into the chat below this video, and we are going to send you a link to our upcoming webinar, which is going to include tons of great information, like a step-by-step process that you can take with your health and your coaching business, how to identify healing opportunities, and a better way to assess health problems. So make sure to drop the word coach below this video. Thank you, Reed, once again, and we'll see you next week.
All right, thank you, and I'm happy to be here anytime. Today we bounced around a little bit, but that's the adventure.
That's right.
So hope you enjoyed a little bit of it.
Yeah, it was great. Thank you, Reed.